Jason watches over Brit. Lulu is livid. Sunny and Laura compare notes. Charlotte is relieved. Justine details her place. Carly reluctantly hides Valentin in her shed while Marco and Pascal cover for Sitch. Brit wakes up in her room above Bobby. Hanover, she asks if he drugged her. He rolls his eyes. He gave her medication, he says. When she was drunk, she's grateful and assumes he wants to know what the meds are for. He does, but won't push it and assumes something scared her, knowing she doesn't usually drink. He's on her side. She looks vulnerable as she admits maybe something was bothering her, then pretends she can't recall. She thanks him for caring for her. He goes so she can shower and later she thinks about daring him to kiss her. At Alexis' place, she hands over some files for Marco to take over. Her assistant, Suzanne, arrives with coffee and asks to sit in on court to act as a buffer if things get intense. Drew and Willow turn up and Drew's not happy that this isn't a private meeting. Willow wants to get started, but Drew continues to rail against talking. In front of Marco, whom he gives the boot, Marco reminds the congressman he's not the firm's only client. So is his father. Drew concedes to allow Marco to be there and is convinced to let Suzanne act as jury. They get started, and he balks when she asks him to take her through the night he was shot. Reluctantly, he does it anyway and remembers something, but isn't sure what. He tries to tell Alexis he'll accuse Michael on the stand, but Alexis knows A.D.A. Turner will stop him. Drew thinks the jury won't forget. Alexis again tells him not to mention Michael. He reluctantly agrees to do it her way. Willow is shocked when Alexis tells her she's not going on the stand. At her house, Lulu's glad that Nathan stayed with them to keep Charlotte safe from Valentin. Dante turns up and Charlotte comes down. She doubts he has lead since her dad will be found when he's ready. Dante admits it's true. The kid goes for a walk and Nathan follows, hoping to get her to open up. Outside, Charlotte repeats that her dad will stay off the cop radar. Back inside, Lulu worries for Charlotte and Rocco's upcoming trial. Dante explains Dalton vanished, and they're investigating. Valentin rushes into Carly's house from the shed, freezing. He complains about the tarps not being warm enough as he tosses on a throw. She complains that he'll get caught. He asks her to contact Anna, but she can't. He holds up a key with a blue ribbon on it and hands it to Charlotte. It's part of their system to show he's okay. Carly hems and haws but agrees to it. Mac and Justine talk about Maxie and how he's hoping they'll see progress with her soon. She asks if Sonny Corinthos could have killed Dalton to protect his grandson. Absolutely, Mac says. She fills him in on Dalton's disappearance. Mac calls Sonny a criminal, despite his charm. Later, she talks to Molly about not wanting to prosecute Rocco, but she won't let Sonny get away with getting rid of Dalton. As they talk, she reveals she's luring Sonny into telling her something that'll put him in prison. Molly reminds her many have tried to take Sonny down and failed, but she thinks somehow she's different. At Sonny's, Laura apologizes to Sonny for calling when she found Dalton's body in her trunk, but he's glad she did. Laura confides that she told Kevin everything. He gets it. She also says Sidwell is blackmailing her with photos of them looking at Dalton's body. He planned the flat tire and hired a man to take photos. I was the target, he told her. Sidwell has the gun and it's got Laura's DNA all over it. Laura's stunned, knowing she has to follow his orders now. He asks her to do it until he can figure this out. She's not sure how to justify herself for any changes she makes. She feels helpless, so he gives her a pep talk. When Jason arrives, they discuss how to find out why Sidwell came to town in the first place. Laura agrees to help. Outside at Lulu's, Carly stops by under the guise of checking on Charlotte, who heads back inside. Emma turns up at PCPD and tells Mac that Anna called during Thanksgiving and says she probably won't be calling again, but will be back as soon as she can. They talk about missing Maxie and Mac worries he's spending too much time away from the kids. Nearby, Nathan and Dante discuss Valentin. Dante worries the man will take off with his daughter. Jack interrupts Carly and Lulu's chat to speak with Lulu privately, Carly gives them the room and goes home. Jack wants to talk to Charlotte, but she refuses while outside. Carly leaves the key on the ground. Marco arrives at Britt's to give her a key for the new lab. She's starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. She complains that she can't. She has to work at GH. Marco reminds her nobody is replaceable. His dad's patience is wearing thin back at her place. Lulu says she wants to kill Valentin herself. Jack wants to use Charlotte, but Lulu refuses. Charlotte appears and agrees to talk to Jack. He tells her he can't guarantee her dad's safety. Lulu rushes her kid outside and rails at Jack for terrorizing her kid. Outside, Charlotte finds the key at her place. Carly tells Valentin she left the key on the porch. He's glad and tells her he found a place inside to stay. She freaks out and says the only place he can stay is in the attic. He'll stay until Anna returns. She sighs. Anna does yoga at some apartment and looks annoyed before getting up. After a bit, Anna begins to yell at the two-way mirror. "What do you want from me?"